Well, new at 6, 10 TV is now hearing from the mother of Collin Wiant for the first time since last week's major ruling by a judge. Collin died from a hazing incident at a fraternity at Ohio University back in November of 2018. And just last week, a judge ruled against the family who's trying to seek damages from the university for his death.
That case was supposed to go to trial yesterday, but now no longer will.
Tonight, 10 TV's Angela Ann shares why Collin's mother says the fight is all but over.
It's been nearly 6 years since a heart-shattering moment Collin Wiant will never forget. 2 police officers and a chaplain knocking at her door in the middle of the night.
The police stepped in our house and began reciting the worst words that any parent could ever have to hear, and words that no parent should ever have to hear. They regretted to inform us that Collin was found unresponsive at a fraternity house at Ohio University.
That tragic night sparking years of fighting for change by creating and eventually passing Collin's Law, which cracks down on hazing in Ohio. And they're also in the midst of another fight, one for justice and accountability.
We had no idea that hazing was going on that campus, but the sad thing is Ohio University was very well aware that hazing was going on.
But this fight is hitting a roadblock. Recently, a judge ruled against the family who took the university to court. The judge says OU had an anti-hazing policy before Collin died, and the university does not have control over a student's off-campus activities, adding that's why OU cannot be held liable. But the fight is far from over. Kathleen tells us they're now appealing this ruling.
And I have to tell you, that has fueled our fire more than ever to ensure we hold Ohio University accountable for the hazing on their campus. You look at Bowling Green or any of the universities where there have been tragic deaths, the way OU has handled this is nothing like those other universities. And parents need to know that when they send their student off to college, they need to know if their university is the type of university that's going to accept responsibility or not for anything that, God forbid, might happen to their student.
As her battles over the year change, her goal stays constant, making sure no parent has to experience what she calls the worst moment anyone can imagine.
Pain, shock, confusion, devastation. I mean, it feels like someone just took the heart out of your chest.
Now, Kathleen says the biggest advice she has for parents is to talk to your student. If you think something is wrong, don't just sweep it under the rug. And if you see any red flags, then look into that organization to find out more. Some really good advice coming from a mother, as so many parents send their kids off in the next couple of weeks to college, which is just a few weeks away.
It is something to think about.
For sure.
Thanks, Angela.